was like very inspired by like the old platformers of the PS2 era, things like Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper. So we wanted to try and bring all the combat, the exploration and fun of that made those games great and try and incorporate it into our game. So very early on we knew we wanted to deliver like an acrobatic jungle game where the player feels like an acrobat, that they're actually moving through the jungle and stuff like that. That's the kind of feel we were aiming for. So building the forest world of Canopy was a giant challenge in terms of art, design, and programming. But we're very satisfied with the results that we got in the end. So the game follows this our protagonist Slingshot, who is actually the guardian of the forest, or he's in training. So he's being trained by his mentor Arya, who is an owl. And so he has this legacy to sort of live up to sort of show that he can protect the forest. And that's where our main villains come in now. The main villain of our game is called Malachi. He is this evil voodoo serpent master who is trying to actually possess all the animals in the forest and get them to do his bidding. So Slingshot's first challenge as guardian is to actually try and protect the forest from all the voodoo invasions that are actually happening in the forest. So that is the story of our game. It's the guardians versus the voodoo, and Slingshot's at the center of it.
So forests are key in our game, as you can see. All three of our areas are forests, so we needed to have a clear distinction between all three of them. So for example, our first area, our forest was set in the normal forest and in daytime, so it was very rich, very warm in color palette. And then when we move on to the next area, of the real phase of the story, where Slingshot realizes that the corruption has actually affected other parts of the forest as well. We needed the color palette to be very warm, very mystical kind of feeling in the marsh. So yeah, if you can see in the game. Yeah, then after that, when we move on to the final showdown between Malachi and Slingshot, needed to unnerve the player, give it a sense of make the players feel intimidated. So there's a very blood red color palette, and all the trees are like really spiked, and yeah, spiked branches and all that.
So the Adventures of Slingshot was a very fast-paced game. So the UI definitely had to be something that the players would easily see in the info and then continue with playing. So for me, it was a difficult balance between trying to make the UI look good and trying to make the UI serve its purpose. Because the action of the game is so fast that amongst all the chaos of the oranges, the browns, and the greens of the trees and all, we needed something that the player could easily make out from all of that jungle of colors. So we decided that why not we just use like bright colors. Other than the UI artists, I'm also the visual special effects artist. I'm the one that does whenever the enemy casts some sort of attack, say Malachi, the big snake, if he fires out poison, he fires out fire, the particle effects are all done by me. It was I was trying to do a contrast between good magic and dark magic. The good magic with Arya and Slingshot was a very light, gentle blue. They kind of very spiritual feel to it, and for the dark magic, it's a word very deep, the kind that evokes a feeling of voodoo and sorcery.
The Adventures of Slingshot was done using the Unity engine and coded with C#. As the programmer of the game, I handled all the assets, and so I was also in charge of making sure that the entire team did their work and made sure that it conforms to the design that I set when I built the game.
So for our game, like, we wanted to stand out. So they're not really animals, but they have still retained their animal likeness. Like for main character, it's still like very lively. So our game is like very lively without food. And so at the same time, we want to be very athletic and very skilled. So for example, with our enemies, not only are they still within the animal, they also make sure that they are possessed or they do magic. So they're not really they don't really have that personality, so they feel like very lively. So preferences they walk some more force and small, they still retain some significance. same time they quite distant lifeless in that sense. But also at the same time, like for our boss, is the main leader, so we have to is really scary. So you have that kind of menacing sense. So when you fight a boss, you feel like move very slowly, like makes you feel you move around very slowly and makes you feel scared. So when he attacks you from far, you feel that fear, feel that